Ernesto Guevara was an Argentine Marxist revolutionary, physician, author, guerrilla leader, diplomat, and military intellectual. A significant figure of the Cuban Revolution, his artificial visage has become an omnipresent countercultural image of rebellion and international badge in standard culture. As a young student, Ernesto Guevara traveled throughout South America and was radicalized by the impoverishment, hunger, and malady he witnessed. His burgeoning want to assist overturn what he saw because the capitalist exploitation of geographic region by the US prompted his involvement in Guatemala's social reforms beneath President Jacobo Arbenz, whose ultimate CIA-assisted overthrow at the dictation of the United Fruit Company solid Guevara's political ideology. Later in Ciudad de Mexico, Ernesto Guevara met Raúl and Castro, joined their 26th of Gregorian calendar month movement, and sailed to Cuba aboard the yacht Granma with the intention of overthrowing US-backed Cuban dictator Fulgencio Batista. Ernesto Guevara presently rose to prominence among the insurgents, was promoted to lieutenant, and via polar role within the biennial guerrilla campaign that expelled the Batista regime. Following the Cuban Revolution, Ernesto Guevara performed a variety of key roles within the new government. These enclosed reviewing the appeals and firing squads for those condemned as war criminals throughout the revolutionary tribunals, instituting farming reform as Minister of Industries, serving to spearhead a booming nationwide acquirement campaign, serving as each full-service bank president and educational director for Cuba's military, and traversing the world as a diplomat on behalf of Cuban socialism. Such positions conjointly allowed him to play a central role in coaching the militia forces UN agency repelled the Bay of Pigs invasion, and transferal Soviet nuclear-armed trajectory missiles to Cuba, that preceded the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. In addition, Ernesto Guevara was a prolific author and journalist, composing a seminal guerrilla warfare manual, in conjunction with a popular memoir concerning his vernal continental motorbike journey. His experiences and finding out of Marxism-Leninism led him to posit that the Third World's underdevelopment and dependence was an intrinsic result of imperialism, colonialism and monopoly-free enterprise, with the sole remedy being proletarian internationalism and world revolution. Ernesto Guevara left Cuba in 1965 to foment continental revolutions across each Africa and South America, first unsuccessfully in Congo-Kinshasa and later in Bolivia, wherever he was captured by CIA-assisted Bolivian forces and summarily dead. Guevara remains each a revered and abused historical figure, polarized within the collective imagination in an exceedingly multitude of biographies, memoirs, essays, documentaries, songs, and films. As a result of his perceived martyrdom, poetic invocations for sophistication struggle, and want to form the consciousness of a new man, driven by ethical instead of material incentives, Ernesto Guevara has evolved into an instance icon of assorted leftist movements. In distinction, his ideologic critics on the proper accuse him of absolutism and sanctifying violence against his political opponents. Despite disagreements on his gift, Time magazine named him one amongst the 100 most potent folks of the 20th century, whereas an Alberto filmmaker photograph of him, titled Guerrillero Heroico, was cited by the Maryland Institute School of Art as the most far-famed photograph within the world.